everyone. I am Krystal Allen, the founder of Eyes Like Mine Incorporated, and you will be shortly watching a video documentary of different vision impaired and blind people around our wonderful state of New Jersey. In this video, you will find encouraging moments that will allow you to tap into the lives of those people who are living with different vision conditions, who are successful, and who were able to overcome obstacles. I hope you enjoy. Okay.
She's on.
So this is Eyes Like Mine Countdown to Blindness Awareness Month special, and I am sitting here with Miss Margaret Chaplin. Wave to the camera.
Hello.
So I just want to thank you so much for taking out the time to share a little information about what the Lions Eye Bank of New Jersey offers for vision restoration. Just for the record, what positions do you hold here at the Eye Bank?
First of all, it's my pleasure to do this. And at the Eye Bank, I'm the executive director of the Lions Eye Bank of New Jersey.
Okay, and what are some responsibilities of the executive director?
The executive director really focuses mostly on the direction and the vision for the eye bank, and we want to be the premier eye bank in New Jersey, serving all of New Jersey. So a lot of what I do is planning, organizing, and really leading the staff so that we can accomplish the goals we set out for ourselves each year.
Okay. When you initially started being the executive director, why was it important to work for the Lions Eye Bank of New Jersey?
When I started, I've always had a career in healthcare and always worked in the hospitals, on the hospital side. So more of the providing care, direct patient care. When I started at the Eye Bank, I was really intrigued by this position because I was always interested in organ donation. I am an organ donor. I have it designated on my license from the time I started driving. But not only was it interesting to me about what we do with the cornea and how that can give the gift of sight, the other part that really intrigued me was how we could use, or other people can help to spread the message about the importance of eye organ and tissue donation. It really takes one person sharing with another, until we really get a lot of momentum. And one day, my hope is that no one will be waiting for any kind of organ donation because everybody will know about the importance of it and will sign on the registry, and there will never be someone in need. Every day in New Jersey, there are about 5 people waiting for organs. So it's a hard thing when others can help to give the gift of life and sight. At the Eye Bank, we focus on cornea donation and we give sight to others. And that's a really beautiful thing.
What are some of your favorite pieces of technology that allows you to do your day-to-day tasks with work or at home?
Excellent question. I'm from the old school, so I use technology, yes I do. I don't have an iPhone, I have a cell phone, and for me that's pretty good. It took me a long time for me to get that. But I use computer, Windows 7, I have a desktop upstairs. I have a note taker that I use quite often to put all my schedules in and things like that. So those are the tools that I use. I'm not a Braille reader, unfortunately. I'm literate when it comes to reading Braille. I suggest that all give Braille a try. Braille is the literacy that we need as blind people. So I tried to learn it some years ago. My fingertips just don't work. Doesn't mean it won't work for you. I can memorize the code easily, but it's that touch that I just can't get. But that's me. Doesn't mean you can't try it. You need it. You know, when only 10% of blind people know Braille, and out of that 10%, 85% of those are working, there's a correlation between Braille and work. Doesn't mean you have to have Braille to be successful, but you need communication skills to be successful. So that's where I am with technology. Also, the most important piece of technology that I use is the long white cane, my tool of independence. It took me a while to understand that, but after I fell into a ditch without a cane, and at that time my 5-year-old son said to me as I was coming out of the ditch, "Daddy, you need to use a cane."
Okay, Sherlock. So this is an Eyes Like Mine Incorporated special countdown to Blindness Awareness Month. Wave to the camera, Sherlock. I just want to state for the record where you are a resident at.
I'm a resident here in Matawan, New Jersey.
So I've been going all over different areas of New Jersey since August 31st. And I have interviewed several individuals who are vision impaired or blind as a way to tell our story on how we are living life in spite of vision loss, successful day-to-day tasks, careers that we all hold, just to give awareness to the different eye conditions and capabilities of vision impaired and blind people in New Jersey. And I just want to thank you for participating in this campaign that Eyes Like Mine has started.
My pleasure to be a part of it. Thank you.
So the first question that I have for you is, what is the name of your eye condition?
I have RP, retinitis pigmentosa.
Okay. What exactly is RP?
Or RP is what I was told it was a deterioration of the retina due to the ultraviolet rays of the sun. And then, of course, after a number of years, that kind of changed. All I knew as a young person being diagnosed at the age of 7 was that either my vision was going to stay the same as it was, or it can gradually get worse, or eventually I could lose it all. And it just happens that when I was in high school, right before going off to college, is when I lost the majority of my vision.
So prior to losing the majority of your vision, what were you able to see?
Well, I just remember being able to function just like all the other kids, just knowing that, after it got to a certain period of time in the evening, that I had to get in, because as the light went down and got dimmer, I was not able, as some people can, their eyes adjust to the light differences, and I just knew that my eyes were not adjusting. So when he talked about in the summer, that was the best time for me, because I was always out until maybe 8 o'clock. But, when the winter months came, like 4 or 5 o'clock, you wouldn't see Sherlock around. Sherlock was inside. So that's how I kind of knew that, there was a lot of different things that were going on with my vision.
Okay. So, Miss Rebecca, what were some things that you would do with your rubber bands?
Oh, say for instance, if you use a shampoo and a different conditioner, I would put a rubber band around the conditioner. And that way I know it's the conditioner. Another thing, I use rubber bands. I buy the steamer vegetables that comes in the bag.
Voicemail.
And I might buy 2 of, different types. So what I would do, I would braille, like say I buy 2 cheese and broccoli. I would braille cheese and broccoli, put it on a strip of braille paper, because the Dymo tape they send us nowadays does not work too much for it sticking.
Yeah.
I would put it on a piece of braille paper, lay it down, and put the rubber band around that to hold the paper on. Another thing, when I do, I try to take rubber bands with me when I go out. Another thing, like this morning when I went to buy the coffee, I got decaf. and regular, I had them to put rubber bands around the decaf.
Oh.
So rubber bands help me to identify certain things that I need to know separate from other devices.
All right. This is an Eyes Like Mine Incorporated special with Dr. Darren James. Wave to the camera, Dr. James. I am Krystal Allen, the founder, and this is a series of one of my interviews, interviewing successful vision impaired or blind people towards our countdown to Blindness Awareness Month, which is in October. So for the record, Dr. James, can you state where you're a resident at?
Oh, I'm a resident in Hazlet, New Jersey.
Okay. What is the name of your eye condition?
Well, I have glaucoma, and also I have retina detachments.
And the result of your glaucoma and retina detachments has left you totally blind or legally blind?
Well, I'm totally blind. I'm not sure exactly what is the cause of the blindness. I believe it's due to the retina detachments. I did have glaucoma prior to my retinas being detached, but at that time I was able to see. Once my retinas became detached, I lost my vision. So I tend to believe that the retina detachments is what really caused my blindness.
All right. So, with your eye condition, being that it's not hereditary, have you come across any other people in your circle who may have the same condition?
Actually, no.
Okay.
You know, speaking with people, I've never heard anyone say that they've had the same eye condition that I have.
Do you have an idea of the ratio of people who may have it?
You know, speaking with my doctors and stuff like that, and even when I went to JKRC Center, you know, it's terrible as it sounds because they don't really even know, because I have been to so many specialists and they say it's like a rarity, if you will, because they cannot understand or figure out where it comes from, if it's not hereditary or if it wasn't derived from birth.
What are some ways of treating your eye condition?
Well, they definitely, you know, want you to no straining. You know, don't watch TV in the dark. And if you go out in the sun, of course, put on sunglasses. And basically, that's what they tell you.
Okay.
You know, to preserve the eyes, because you don't want to strain. You know, that's one thing you do not want to do. You want to read. You want to read in well-lit rooms. So, you just take care of your eyes. Make sure they're moistened. To visit your eye doctor, you know, as scheduled. And
Okay. If you don't mind sharing, what are some of your vision limitations?
the limitations are basically I can't, you know, see things far away. And some things, even if they are close up, it depends on the font of the print. So, in my case, you know, you have color blindness. Certain colors irritate the eyes. You know, I could see like the blacks and the whites on the blacks, or if it's red or something like that. But like the other, you know, colors that we have, it's like you don't even realize what color it is. And some limitations might be when you're walking, you know, where stairs are concerned, everything looks like it's one level. So you definitely have to hold on to something. I don't know what that's about, but it's like the staircase looks like it's one level. Going, it looks like there's nothing there, but you know you have to get down the stairs.
Yes.
So that's, you know, a problem there.
Okay. And just to backtrack, you said you had acquired your eye condition when you were about 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
So, how was it living with an eye condition as a child? Like with creating friendships, getting people to understand your eye condition. How was that as a child?
Well, you know what? As a child, it's so funny because basically it's just now recently, like maybe 3 years ago, that I've actually recognized that I had an eye problem. Knowing it is one thing, but recognizing it is something totally different. So growing up in school, you know, the commission, I had to have these large textbooks in school that were probably bigger than the size of the desk, if you will, and it was, to me, an embarrassment. Like, absolutely not. I'm not accepting this. I'm not going to utilize this. You know, kids are looking at you like, really? You know, what is this? We have a normal sized book and yours takes up the whole desk. So with kids, you know, kids can be cruel and everything like that. So I didn't utilize the things. I just would start memorizing things. I would go in prior to classrooms, learn my assignment, find out what I had to do, and do it. No one was the wiser, especially in high school. So what they didn't know, so then they accepted me as is. They didn't know.
So, okay, transitioning from early childhood education to high school to your adulthood, were there some significant differences with relating to people and getting them to understand your eye condition when you became an adult as opposed to when you were a child?
Yes, I think it was easier as an adult, but I just had to open up and share that with people. And in fact, it was my doctor, God bless her heart, Dr. Ruth Park, my neuro doctor, was the one who told me, you know, after, you know, she said, absolutely not. This is it. I can't do this with you. She wrote the letter to the commission saying, she said, you have to get help, you know. So when I wind up getting my job at the time, Parkway Manor, a nursing home, doing activities, I just went in there and I was honest with them. I told them, listen, I'm visually impaired. Here I am. But they still hired me, so that was a great thing. And people were acceptive of that. They were receptive. So people did help me, you know. They would enlarge things that needed to be enlarged. So I think it was easier as an adult. And it was easier once I made it to be known. So now it's like, I don't have a problem with telling you that. There's nothing to be ashamed of, you know. And but I had to get over that for myself. Not that I was ashamed, but it was just that not being accepted and people looking at you and treating you differently. I didn't want that.
All right. So, I'm here taking an interview on successful vision impaired and blind people. And I'm speaking with, say your name, please.
It's your boy D-Roy. How you doing? But a lot of people know me as Dog Pounds.
Okay. And for the record, where do you reside?
Perth Amboy, New Jersey.
All right. So, since August, I have been doing a series of videos on vision impaired and blind people.
Nice.
From all walks of life with various vision conditions. And what is your vision condition?
I have a disease called Stargardt's disease. It affects the retina and the focus of my vision. I have 2200 vision is my so I'm legally blind. In the state of New Jersey. I've been legally blind since I was 20 years old, and I am now 28. When I was first diagnosed at 20, they told me that I had 2 years to see. They gave me 2 years to be able to see. The grace of God and great mind control and pushing forward, I actually beat that condition of being totally blind, but I am still currently legally blind though.
Okay. So, during the course of your 8+ years being legally blind,
Yes.
you have done a series of successful life experiences, such as?
Well, I went on tour of Pitbull. I've seen the whole country. I've toured, done many shows. Started my own Greater Vision Foundation. Since then, just many various things. I've ran clubs and different things of that nature, yes.
So I am here doing yet another interview with a successful visually impaired person. Do you care to share us your name?
Brandon Scott.
And where do you reside, Brandon?
I reside in Shrewsbury, New Jersey.
So I've been doing a series of videos about visually impaired and blind people from all walks of life with various vision conditions as a way to pay homage to what we're able to do in spite of obstacles. So to start, can you share what your vision condition is?
I'm a retinoblastoma cancer survivor.
And what are the details with that condition?
It's cancer that affects the retina, and it's usually pediatric, and the condition can and the necessary treatment can cause an individual to lose their vision.
So you have had this condition since birth?
I'm 29 years old. I've been in remission for 27 years. Since 2 years old, I've had this condition.
Okay. And during the course of living with your vision loss, have you met any other people who share the same condition?
In passing, I have met a few people who were survivors of retinoblastoma.
All right, so here we are again, doing another video interview with my lovely guest, Miss
Jane Degenshine.
All right, so this interview is going to speak out about the life of Miss Jane Degenshine and her experience as a vision impaired woman. So just for the record, where are you a resident at?
I live in West Orange, 14 Elmwood Avenue. I've been here since 1979.
Oh, wow. Okay. And do you care to share the name of your eye condition?
Yeah, I have retinitis pigmentosa, otherwise known as the famous letters RP.
All right. And if you could, just include a few details about what RP is.
So retinitis pigmentosa is a disease. It's a hereditary disease. That I have it. My two brothers, Richard and Joe Ruffalo, both have it. And we each have a different strength of it. Mm-hmm. And so it takes away your peripheral vision, your night vision, and slowly it closes all vision. Mm-hmm. And both of my brothers see virtually nothing. I still have some limited usable vision. Mm-hmm. I rely on it very infrequently, but I can tell you this, that one day I saw terrifically. And the main thing I can tell you about that, it happened to be on June 1st of 2008. And it was my daughter's wedding. And I got to see her face as if I saw with full eyes because there was no glare. For me, for RP, glare is as if I'm totally blind. And we had it at the Manor in West Orange, and it was a beautiful room with no windows, and everybody loves windows. And I'm like, there's no windows, this is great, I have a shot. And I did. And it was awesome.
Wow, that's wonderful. So you've had RP all your life, and when you were a child, what were some of your experiences living with your eye condition?
I would say it started rearing its ugly head around 17 when I got my driver's license, and I started realizing at night that it really wasn't the greatest. Mm-hmm. And it, gets more and more intense. So by 22, 25, I was still driving, still reading, everything was fine. And then I gave birth to my first daughter. That was fine. I went to a program in Boston for test study, and it was all for retinitis pigmentosa loss. And I took vitamin A from palmitate. I was one of the test people. There was like 400 people in the study. And at the end of the study, it started in 1984, and it finished in 1992-ish. They put us all on the same medicine, 15,000 IUs of vitamin A from palmitate. And it determined that it would retain your vision for 7 extra years. And I think what helped me retain some of my vision was my 2 brothers were outside playing basketball all day long in the sun when we were growing up. And they would stay out there from the minute it started, 7 a.m. till 10 o'clock at night. They were shooting hoops outside all day. And I was inside all day. Little did I know that that was good for me. The sun was terrible. And at that time, we didn't wear sunglasses. My brothers were doing such terrible harm to their eyes. And I, playing flute, was in my room practicing all day, happy as a lark. And I retained a lot of vision because I wasn't outside a lot. And I think that really helped me. Little did I know, I had no idea that that was going to happen. But it did work in my favor. So I'm thankful for that. I really started losing most of my vision when my 3rd daughter was born. That was 1989. I was 35. You're supposed to say, you look 35 now. And I'm supposed to say to you, you do have bad vision. Okay, I'm 60. Anyway, my youngest daughter, Shari, was born, and I had to stop driving at that point.
Wow.
So that was some of the experiences I had growing up and taking it to where I was 35.
All right. So now joining me is a young woman by the name of Miss Trish Evil. I'm here at her place of work, which you will find out more about during this video segment. This is an interview about how vision loss doesn't break us. And just for the record, Miss Evil, where are you a resident from?
I live in Secaucus, New Jersey, Hudson County. And please call me Trisha.
Oh, okay, Trisha. And what these videos are going to capture is the life that you live with vision loss from a personal and professional standpoint. And if you care to share, what is the name of your eye condition?
Sure, my eye condition is glaucoma. I was diagnosed with glaucoma when I was a teenager.
Okay. And prior to your diagnosis, did you have some vision?
I did. I had perfect vision before I was diagnosed. And then it was pretty good into my 20s, basically. And then when I was, in my 20s, it had gotten worse, the glaucoma. And that's when my vision started to decline. And it got a lot worse in my 20s, and now it's stable. So I have limited vision. I have really good days, which are not 20/20 days, but good for me, and I have really poor, foggy days.
Okay. And at your initial stages of your glaucoma, what were some treatments that was taken to stabilize your eyes?
A lot of eye drops, a lot of pills, and several surgeries to relieve the pressure. That was in the beginning. And then back in 2005, I had surgery where they implanted a tube in the back of my right eye. And from that, I was off of all the pills and all the drops, and the pressure has been stable since then. So I go for my, every couple of months I go to the eye doctor for a checkup. And that is one of the reasons why I have good days and bad days, is because just of all the past surgeries and scarrings and stuff. So a lot depends on the weather, a lot depends on what I eat and drink, I think, also.
And once you received your treatments for your glaucoma, have you come across any other people who share the same eye condition?
I have, yes. Working here at this agency, HIP, I work with people that have vision loss throughout New Jersey, basically. Many in Hudson, Bergen, and Essex County. So basically, I've not as many as I would think. A lot more is macular degeneration. And diabetic retinopathy. Some with glaucoma. I share it with a few people. Yeah, not as many as I thought though.
Drop the backhand and let it come up and around back to word 1. Exhale, push off with the front foot and come back to mountain. Now let's stand in mountain and rest a little bit. Eyes can be closed, but eyes have to be soft. Okay. Right foot steps forward this time, or the opposite foot, I could say. Both hands up into warrior 1. Kind of sink into the pose. Feel the side of that back leg pushing in, and the knee bent in the front. Gaze up between your hands. The palms are facing each other. Sink down as you're reaching up through the fingertips. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3 to warrior 1, warrior 2, excuse me. Looking out over the front hand, the hand that's in front of you. Yep. Good, good, good. And breathe, reaching through the fingertips, and again, sinking down and feeling comfortable, especially from the bottom, from the feet up to the waist, and then stretching out through the fingertips, looking across the hands. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Turn the front hand up, arm facing up. Drop the back hand to the back of the leg, and inhale that hand up, feeling the stretch across the front. Looking up into the palm of the hand, this is Peaceful Warrior. Inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Back to warrior 2. Inhale, exhale, drop the back hand around to warrior 1. Reaching up, sinking down. Inhale, exhale, push over the front foot and come back to mountain. And relax. Let's take it back to our mats. Let's everybody have a seat just where you are. Legs stretched out in front, put it right in front of you. Inhale the arms up, as in like we did in Warrior 1. And exhale, hands to the shins, the ankles, or the toes, whichever is easiest. Okay? Inhale.